to the second episode of my Adventism vlogmas clips. I am a podcaster from Berlin. My name is Mimi and I do quite a lot of knitting, a little bit of sewing and crafts. Just some crafting. So I'm compiling these little clips of our Advent weeks, just with little insights and maybe some activities we might have been up to. This week I'm going to share some of our shepherd hut adventures from the second Sunday. Oh my god, my dog. This is my miniature pinscher dog, Marie. She wanted to come and join and climbed up my legs. That's how urgent it was. She was adopted from a shelter, animal shelter in Berlin this June. So we've just had 9 months together of getting used to life with a little dog. Her barking, the care she needs, the kind of walks she likes and she doesn't like, how she reacts to other dogs, and it's been quite an exciting time. It's mainly my task, but I knew that when we registered to adopt a dog that it'll be me who has to commit to saying I want to look after a pet, and it was great growing for me. Learned a lot, and we learned a lot from each other. I think she likes it with us. And I think she likes the kids when they're wild, although she does give them a right telling off. You should see it when when our life is the wildest, this one is the loudest. No, not on the table. Okay, hop down. You gonna hop down? Hop. So, onwards, forwards. So, which projects do I have to show you? I'm currently knitting along in an Advent Kal called the Patience Advent Kal by amazing Maddie Harvey, who designed the Patience cowl herself. It's specifically designed to work for mini skeins. So if someone would have had an advent calendar of several mini skeins, or if you had mini skeins in your set, you could choose to join her. I just realized the washing machine is running. I'm sorry. So I chose to join the knit along with a set of minis that I was given by my amazing friend Hallo Wolle, who is Alicia, and she is a dyer from Zurich in Switzerland, and sent me this amazing set called Magic Rainbow. She had supported the make along that I run across over 5 months in summer. We make things for children, and it was really nice to have a contribution to the to give something away to a main winner, and I got the same mini skeins. So now I've started to stripe with a gradient set that I bought at Berlin Knits, which is really a while ago. So I started striping this grey, and then one skein of Herbstblatt Regina, and then there will be more stripes from these. Sorry, got stuck in the zip. Hallo Wolle mini skein sets. So I guess it'll mainly use this light grey on the outside, and it won't get to the black by striping with these mini skeins. But I'm sort of thinking there's 2 more mini skeins from Hallo Wolle that maybe I should make a darker one with some leftovers of this blue and the other green mini skein and turquoise mini skein that Hallo Wolle Alicia sent me. So I guess I could actually make 2 cowls. It's quite exciting to think. No way, will they be finished at Christmas. I'm on row 20 currently in this sort of light grey, and I'm enjoying it so much now. It's a really easy to memorize pattern. There's ribbing, and then there's a certain rhythm to it, but it's so nice as my commuting pattern. I'm really enjoying it. So that is one thing on the needles and slipping off. The Patience Cowl by beautiful designer Maddie Harvey. I can't wait to share more about it and make it, carry on knitting it on my U-Bahn journey to work. There is obviously more holiday knitting going on, and one of the things I'm currently making is a pair of socks from Rotterdam Mondim sock yarn in this very neutral speckle. It's a very healthy kind of normal sock that's gonna come out of it, and I kind of like that will be a present to my husband, because he looked after the kids when I bought this yarn a bit more than a year ago, and I'd always intended to knit him a pair of socks. I'm currently learning how to knit a pair of socks from Stephanie, and that is super exciting. I think I'm gonna knit 10 more rows, and then I'm gonna wait until I learn how to do the decreasing for the toes. And I haven't just got this one sock, the other sock I kind of enjoy knitting something so basic and ready to wear. I think it's going to be a great present, and it's a huge learning curve, and I think it's going to set me up for quite a lot more, sorry the light, sock knitting. I don't know what to do. I'm going to change the camera, and then I'm going to talk about there's 2 more knitting projects. That's better, more focus. Sorry, that was a bit of a to and fro, because I'm sat next to our amazing Christmas tree, which we got on the 2nd of Advent, and I'm super excited. It's here already, and the kids decorated it in this amazing hodgepodge way, sort of natural. So I'm enjoying knitting the socks for my husband, and I've got 2. One about 10, maybe 15 rows away from decreasing for the toes, and the other, chucked it down, is to this point here. So it has the heel flap, and I've got to do all of this and then do the decreasing. I think it looks like I can finish this. 2 socks. That would be a good Christmas present, and it's important. Stash used. There is one thing that I can't show you because it's still in the mail, and I'm so excited to join in to the magic yarn ball swap again. I didn't actually film winding my yarn and what I sent, so I can't share this with you this year. I shared it last year, and it was such a lovely process to sort of document my making of the magic yarn ball. But I will definitely update you once my my yarn ball's here. And this cowl was last year's magic yarn ball design and yarn by amazing Josh Moore. I'm so happy. This is the contrast cowl and it's available on Ravelry, I think for €1. I don't know, I don't think she charges much for this amazing design, and it was such a delight to knit, and it's so light and fluffy and delicious to wear. I wear it quite a lot even in the house. So I have the magic yarn ball swap with me at the moment, awaiting my next. Oh, it's gonna be here anytime, any day, any moment. Listen out for the doorbell. Then, yesterday, amazing friend from Cynthia had her pattern release for this fella. This is my test knit for her pattern called Myrtle Bear. And I made a polar bear, kind of bear, a polar bear, a nice bear. And I'm using this Rosa Poma Joao, which is amazingly soft. It's so good for kids things, I think. One thing to note is it's a very fragile yarn, so you have to be extra careful, and these knit stitches are actually quite tight. So sometimes I have pulled a bit too hard for this yarn, and so I had to sort of amend and do double stitches to fix it, but I'm learning to be extra soft and careful, and I think what better time to be slow and thoughtful with my stitches. I can't wait. I'm gonna add in a little bit of photographs of this little one. I'm calling him Myrtil, and the pattern is Myrtle Bear, and available from Cynthia on Ravelry. And my Myrtilo polar bear will definitely make another appearance very soon, because I've just got to finish the body and then the legs. Exciting!
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.
Cynthia made a very amazing pattern of a bear with this huge amount of character, and yeah, it's an honor to help people out making their dreams come true. So I can't wait to finish this one. It's exciting. And the present, quiet because there might be eavesdropping from the kids' room. Lastly, I have started to knit the Pheasant Plucker Hat by Anna Maltz, a lovely design, marlisle with actual color work, and I am using the original, or one of the originally suggested yarns, which is Ovis, etc. And these came from Stash. When she had her very first online Etsy shop update, I was one of the people to support her because we'd met before, and I really enjoyed meeting and seeing her work and like the yarn live, and I hadn't made up my mind but went online and ordered these amazing colors. So there's this very light pink, almost like salmony but more skin color. I don't know if that is a good description. And then this tomato red, and I'm knitting them together in marlisle for the Pheasant Plucker Hat, which has this rolled brim. I'm gonna try and find where the beginning of my feather, sorry, this is a bit random. So you see there's this rolled brim, and then you make in the marlisle, there's one point where you create this feather color work, which is here. So this is sort of the tip of the feather, but the rolled brim will sort of hide that. And you're marling knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, so it's a nice bit of garter for you. And then whenever you come to this, you've got to look at your chart and work on the feather. And we're calling our knit along from Liebes Weddingstrick the Pleasant Pheasant Kal, because we're a pleasant bunch of pheasantly feather hatted knitters from Berlin Wedding, and we have friends joining in America and in other areas of Berlin, and potentially you might be intrigued, as we have no deadlines, we have no pressure, there is no prizes apart from a hat and social engagement. Community, sort of a community spirit, Kal, and by God, it was fun to start knitting this. There is different yarns and different thicknesses and needle juggling, and as in needle sizes being compared, and I think we all made up our own mind for our own projects, but we had this sort of great exchange about it. So the process is joyous. I can't wait to carry on. I'm currently a bit sort of present knitting, you know, putting my head down, getting through that part of my Christmas knitting. So this will surely be sort of some selfish knitting all along, and it lives in my amazing viola, plus my sketchbook, hence it's so bulgy. Viola meets Mooresburg bag. I love this little illustration and bag. Thank you, Emily. I love it. And I'm happy to have this in there. I'm also knitting other things present wise, which I will introduce in the next podcast, because now I've waffled a lot. But because it's like family things and you just gonna see us escape to the countryside, I also thought I'll share the last movie we watched, just as a little funny sideline. We went to the library and got out Captain Underpants, so from the local library, and it was so much fun. It was so hilarious, and it's sort of a good animation adaptation of the books that my kids really love. It's the sort of humor that gets everyone a bit giggly and a bit silly, and then it's adventurous. I must say it's a bit slicker than what I sort of anticipated it being, because from the book you sort of have that rough and ready and a bit kids making a cartoon, zine making kind of feel of it being a bit more hodgepodge, and obviously with it being a movie it's all kind of slickified, is that a word? Tidied up, neatened up. Not entirely CGI'd, but you know, clean surfaces, and I like more grit. But you know, saying that, the story is still fun and nice. Yeah, it was a nice evening to watch a movie together, and I very much prefer that to everyone doing their own thing, which happens in this household, to be honest. The kids do like to all do their own thing, and then I'm doing this, but it is exciting to all sit together and giggle at the same movie, and you know, I might be knitting and we might be having popcorn or something, but it's a nice family thing to do, and I'm hoping for much more of that. So if I have any more recommendations, I will share them. I will definitely share about a book that I'm reading, or an exercise actually that I'm doing in the next little vlogmas Adventism, because yeah, I can't talk about it now. It's too personal. I still need to process a little bit before I recommend that and talk about it here. Sorry, so I'm leaving you on that note and taking you to my shepherd's hut. Come along, have a look, and yeah, first of all, now I'm going to scan across a lovely Christmas tree, because I'm so excited to sit here next to it. And I hope you have a brilliant week, that you've lit that second and potentially even third candle, depending on when I edit this, and that you've had time to relax, make, and understand this time as also time to reflect and calm down and enjoy Christmas, enjoy this time. And if you celebrated Hanukkah, I hope you had a brilliant time, and that now I can take you along to the shepherd's hut and you will enjoy our little excursion together. See you soon and have a very happy week. I'm sure I will be popping up here before too long. I just dropped Pippi Longstocking from the tree. Luckily it wasn't one of the baubles. That would have been silly. Okay, I'm gonna show a bit of the tree now.